All right. So now we will look into details of unit number 6 of our syllabus for the subject product design and development. So the main thing which we'll try to learn in this unit is PLM, product lifecycle management. So what we are going to go through is basically what we'll try to understand the concept of product lifecycle management. What are different components or different elements of PLM? Customer involvement. What is the part of this customer? What is the product data and workflow? What is the relation between product data and workflow? Different phases of product life cycle. Uh, we need to understand what is product life cycle first. Then we'll try to understand what is product life cycle management. So we'll go through the product life cycle part, and accordingly we will try to see what are the different corresponding technologies available. So basically in this unit we will go through the what is product, what is product life cycle, and what is product lifecycle management, and what is product data management. So PLM and PDM. So we'll go through the one of each of them one by one. Okay, what is product lifecycle management? PLM or product lifecycle management is handling of good as it moves through the typical stages of product life. So what are, for any product, what are different stages? We'll talk about those also in next few slides. But how the product starts is from an idea, from the conception of the idea to the design, development, introduction in the market. It will be having a growth in the market. Then after some time the growth will stabilize. It will have saturation or maturity, and after that slowly the product sale will try to go down, and eventually the sale will kind of stop, and you will be having a updated version or a different version of the product, right? So this is a life cycle of a product. So how to manage all these? Because a product design of a product and giving it for development is not the only thing a designer should worry about. The designer should need to know about all these life cycle of product and how to manage those. Okay, so that the management of that whole life cycle is is called PLM, and we will try to understand what is it in this unit. It is integration of all these, from the conception of idea to the design, manufacturing, to the sales, support, saturation, decline, retirement. So all these different parts or different aspects of the product, all these are integrated into PLM. Okay, and they are integrated through something called as product life cycle. As I said, PLC, product life cycle means a life cycle of a product. That cycle will keep on repeating, means it will go through that whole cycle again and again. Means once the project you can say, take an example of WhatsApp. You will have a new version of WhatsApp, or take a example of shoes or any kind of apparel. So it will have idea conception, then it will be having a design, then development, then manufacturing, then it will be having sales, support. It will go grow big. Then again, because your competitor are also working on the same thing, that they will try to come up with something new. Or take an example of a phone. So phone is continuously going through life cycle again and again. Means you cannot have same like iPhone 1 will not still applicable, because there are much better phones than that. So you have to keep reiterating the product should again go through the same cycle. Once everything, whatever facilities you are giving, whatever specs you are providing, you have to go for something better in the next version of the product. So that it has to go through the cycle again and again and again. So that is called as product life cycle. Okay, so to manage this product life cycle is called as PLM. Now, what PLM does, if you know, go into details and if you try to, have proper analysis of PLM, it will lower the cost and speeds the time to market for new product development. Now, what is new product development? As new version of iPhone, now iPhone 12 will come. After that, 13 will come. So, for development of new product, you need to know what is happening with the current product. What is the feedback? What customers are saying? What are the drawbacks it is having? How we can improve those? So with those inputs you will be having a new product development. So like, if you are thinking that, with the feedback of I say iPhone 10, iPhone 11, they will work on iPhone 12. It's not like that. They have a vision for now iPhone 12, 13, 14, 15. They have those things in their pipeline. So they are working on it. What are the features they are going to provide, and depending on the feasibility, depending on what they can technically achieve, depending on all those, they will be having kind of different releases. So that's called new product development. So for that, your PLM will help. If you are having a proper life cycle management, then from this in output from your PLM, those will be inputs for the new product development. So it will lower your cost because you are managing your product life cycle properly, and it will also have a speedy output of a new product. Okay, so whatever we discussed, what is product life cycle management? As I said, we'll talk about what is product life cycle, and now to manage that. So here, see, in this example, in this diagram, I have shown product life cycle. Now, what is product life cycle? So if you get an idea of new product, something new, like say Evlecha, something concept. They were having a couple of shops, but then they thought, okay, let's try to put this in a big market, in the larger market. Concept came, then they worked on how we can work on it, what we can how to make it work, how to make it in large scale. So what can be the different approaches, or how we can do that. So have a big kind of banner, and small say to a 15 by 15 shop, and put a statue there, and everywhere in all places you will get tea for 10 rupees. So basically it's from the concept, then you will be having, it can be anything from concept, then it can be design and engineering, then you will create a prototype it to see whether it's going to work. Or take an example of pen. With a pen, something new like functionality you are trying to give, with that you will have a design and engineering, then you will create a prototype to see whether whether you are whatever you have designed, we can manufacture that and we can work with that product. After prototype, the process engineering, it will go through different processes and manufacturing. So once the prototype is okay, and you start manufacturing it, and then we will be having sales and service and support. You will be giving selling it into different markets, and depending on how your component or how your product is performing, you will be having support for that. Then disposal, phase out and disposal, you are sending it out to markets, and then again you will again see what is the customer feedback you are getting, and how we can try to improve that, what is the new requirement, or what customer is expecting more. So depending on that, you will be having requirement, and again you will go to the concept. Again the new modified concepts will be there, new modified requirements will be there, and you will be going through this life cycle again and again. So this is product life cycle, but this is only about the product. But how to manage this whole life cycle? On top of this, we have now, see, gray circle is there, which is customers and markets. So for your pen, different types of pen will be having a different kind of markets. Like kids will be using gel pen or pencil. College students will be using different pens. Teachers will be using different pens. Office will need different kinds of pens. So what is your market and what are your customers? You need to understand that, and for that you need to have a supply chain and partners. So like Amazon and all those online websites are there, or Chroma, and those brick and mortar shops are there. So those will be your supply chain. So whatever you are going to produce, like phone or whatever it is, you will be using the supply chain and partners to reach your customers market. So this thing will come above the product life cycle. And now to make all this work, this is something which you are saying, okay, this will work, but what you will need for that? to the whole product life cycle, on your supply chain and work customers, all these things to to work in sync, work one after another. You need to have people who are going to work for you, from your design to your manufacturing to your sales supports. So you need people to work on all these things: supply, sales, customer feedback, all that. You need data. All the In every step you will be needing data. Okay, what is the requirement, what is how much we need to produce, or what is the expected revenue, all this kind of data, what is the profit expected. You need to have this data. Application, you need to have an application for all this, whatever life cycles we are talking about, and processes. So like everywhere there will be processes. From this process to that will be the output, from this process that will be the output. So like that. So you will be needing people, data, applications and processes to your product life cycle to work. Now this is on top of your basic, means all these things will work in sync, work together to make your product life cycle go smoothly. And managing all these, managing your all those product life cycle different aspects, and managing those, how you will manage, you will managing by managing people, your data, by managing your applications and processes. And this management is called as product life cycle management. So now you got the picture of what is product life cycle management. It is management of people, data, application and processes to manage different aspects of the product life cycle, uh, different steps of product life cycle. To manage those, you will be managing these things: people, data, application, process. This thing is called as product life cycle management. Now there are three main elements for PLM. What are those? The information and communication technology. So basically ICT. It's about you need to have a platform for all your management. For your product lifecycle management, you need to have architecture. You need to have basic architecture, standards, tools. All those things should be there in place. So this is first. Technically, you should be have these things together to have a proper PLM. Then you need to have processes. Basically, this is water process. As I said, the orange color, people, skills, different organizations, all those things will be your processes. People will be your people, whatever skill set they have, they will be manufacturing something. Some people will be having some skills, some will be having other skills. So like that, different people will have different skills. So the people, their skills, and your organization, those are your processes. And these things will be, your product will be generated by processes or procedures and rules, some practices. Those are your methods. So your ICT, your processes and your methods, these are the three main elements which you will need for the PLM. For your to manage your product life cycle, you need methods, that is your procedures, rules, like practices, whatever you have. You need processes, and you need ICT, the proper information communication technology. So without that, you cannot do proper life cycle management. So basically, PLM, you need these three things are very important, because these are three are main elements. So PLM is now what? It is manufacturing of good and the marketing. So it is not only manufacturing. So PLM is not only creating the product, it is also to sell it, to see how the market is taking it. Then depending on the feedback, modify or rectify or do the changes in your design and all that, and again going through the same life cycle. So PLM is kind of, it's open loop. It will be again and again going through the same cycle. So it is for not only for manufacturing but also for marketing of your product. So as I said many times, uh, PLM is management of product life cycle. So for that, you need to know what is product life cycle. What is product? Whatever you are producing, people are going to utilize it. People are going to use it. Those things are called product. And what is product life cycle? It is PLC. Is an assumption that every product goes through that basically same kind of pattern. So if you take any product, it will be having a same kind of pattern. So basically first you whatever you are, say take an example, I take many times example of shoes or example of pen or whatever product you are going to say vada pav. So if you are introducing a new vada pav shop, it will be having introduction in the market. Now market will see, okay, people are slowly trying to get hold of your new vada pav, something new chutney is there. So you are giving that. So it is introduction phase. So it will slowly taking a grip in the market. So that's the first what you can say, first step of your product. Now it will slowly, the next stage will be, as the time goes by, your sales will go up, it is growing, it is big. Now instead of 2 shops, you have 10 shops in Pune. So it is slowly growing. So your product is going, that's a growth phase of your product, of your life cycle is from the introduction, now you are moving to growth. So you are growing big, it is expanding. Then there will be some point, at some point there will be a maturity, a saturation, you can say. That market is now, you cannot have more like 1,000 shops in Pune. It will be too much, because in this particular 2 square miles, 2 square kilometers, you can have one shop. So like that, if your maximum 15, 16 shops in Pune, you are saturated now. Your product has reached the maturity. You cannot go beyond that. And after certain time, you will see that now people are getting used to it, and now people are saying, okay, they want something new. So slowly your sales is going down. So you have to again come up with something new, a new product, say new type of vada pav, new type of, say, something different pav or something like that, so that again you will be going through the same cycle. So basically, this is the life cycle of a product, that every product will go through introduction, the starting phase, the growing phase, the maturity or saturation phase, and then decline phase. So all these phase, it is applicable to all products. So you need to, and once you know what are these the phases, then you know that, okay, that I need to come up with something better, changes in my product, some improvements, or we can say upgradation in the product, so that the new product is better than the previous one again, so that you will be keeping the market, whatever market you have got, you will be keeping. Because if you like, say, take an example of Nokia did not follow this path, and they did not compete with the competitors. They were, introduction growth, they were in the, what, 90% phones were Nokia. But because they did not compete, they did not go through this life cycle, because they have to come up with upgrades. Whatever where the world is going, you need to go with that. But so if you don't go, then it will, you are bound to fail. So like that, you need to know what is product life cycle, and how the life cycle works, and how we can get your products upgraded, so that this, it keeps live in the market. So PLC, product life cycle, there are 4 stages as I talked. First stage is product development. It's a new product, whatever is new you are doing. It is basically when you are doing, all the research and all your development will happen. You are doing research, you are doing development, you are creating new product. So it's a stage one. Stage two will be growth. Now, as I said, it will be you already have the product prototype and all that ready. Now you are trying to sell it. Slowly, people are getting used to it, and they are liking it. They are going more and more for it. So it is basically growing. So at this stage, the product is manufactured, market, and release. So everything is done. Now you are marketing in a mass production, or you are creating in a large number, so that it is, the growth is high. So because the distribution is more, demand is more, and competition also more, because you are competing with now big players. So you have more competition. This is stage 2. Now stage 3, now you have got some share of the market, say 10%, 15, 20, 50, whatever share you can get. And now you are seeing that it is matured. Now the sales are not going up, they are not coming down also, but they are not going up, but they are remaining constant. Like, say, in one hotel, if say the number of people are, in initial few months, there will be 10-20% seats will be filled. After that, there will be 70%. And once your product mature, then it will be 100% fill, or some people will be having put waiting in a queue. So that it is now reached the maturity, and now you have to do something, so that people are eager for your product. So because that means you have to work on, when you know that your product is matured, now it is going to go in a decline stage, you should come up with some kind of upgrade. So what is maturity? It is easily available, product is easily available, there are so many competitors in the market, but you are keeping because of your market share. And you need to now put more money in the advertisement, because more and more people should know it, and they should keep with advertisement. You are just making aware people aware, and they are more interested in the product. Now in the last stage, now your product is, people are they are bored with your product, now they want something new. or it is become obsolete. Like the whatever technology you are using, they are not. There are many better things are in the market now. Your product is not working that much, so you are losing market. Now this is the you are beyond the highest point, means of the your demand, means if you are selling say 1,000 products, now you are selling 100, so you have passed the peak. Now you need to work on again, it has to go through again same cycle. You have to come up with some improvements, and it has to again go through the stage 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is how the product life cycle works. And we all products will go through this life cycle. This duration of these stages will be different for different products, different markets, different economic section, social, all these things will matter for PLC. But it has to go through the same cycle. So now we'll see how to manage. So all these things will be needs to be managed. We'll see, in that PLM we'll see how to we manage it. We can manage the product life cycle, and we will call that product life cycle management. We'll see about that in the next lecture.